Hello, and welcome to my channel. My name is Maria and I make personal development content here on YouTube. And so in today's video, it is actually a follow-up from my last video, and which I will have linked down below. And in that video, I was talking about it's time to start using your gifts and being obedient to God's voice. And I really gave some instruction in there. So be sure to check that out. But this video is a follow-up to that video where I wanted to speak about how we can start activating and using our gifts and actually like strategic steps that I have taken and things that I think that will help you. And so one of the biggest things that I like to keep in mind, and I think that it will actually sum up this entire video, is developing small good habits creates an area for success. Creating small bad habits creates an area for disaster. So it's all about those little steps. And I think a lot of times, like, and I was doing this myself. That's why I said, like, for me, this is like personal because I was once that person that was like, okay, I want to do this, I want to do this, I want to do this, and I want to do this. And like, God just give me like a vision. And I'm like, all right, like, God, like, I got this vision, you gave it to me, but like, I want to put it in action, I want to put it in plan. And like, I have like 5 different things under one umbrella that I'm trying to accomplish. And I used to just be like, all right, let me just try to do all 5 things at a time. And that's just not the case. Like, it's just really not the case. I don't care how much we try to make that the case. It's just not possible. We end up burning ourselves out. We end up neglecting one area. And we end up not allowing to really go through the process and edit the process and redo the process and relearn the process if needed. So let me give you an example. So, for me, I am a life coach, but in my coaching, I do purpose coaching, like creativity coaching, and then I also do healthy relationships coaching, but then I also just do like general life coaching, right? And under those things, there are so many different areas, right? Like YouTube right here is actually an avenue where I can create clientele and be able to have exposure to different people and get clients and all those things. But then I also have different avenues that I can take, like writing blog posts. Like, there's so many different areas I can take, right? But if I try to, which I have done before, try to do all these different areas all at one time because I'm just trying to get to that bigger goal, then that is when I end up sinking and sailing because I just not sailing, sinking because I am trying to do too much at one time. And that is why I always say those small good habits create success, but those small bad habits creates disaster. And what I mean by this is what we always hear, like, oh, successful people always say, like, oh, what makes me successful is like I just like did one step at a time, and that's all true. But we got to focus on the fact that when we're doing those bad habits, it also creates disaster, right? So if we want to start using our gifts, if we want to start operating in the place that God wants us to be and moving in our purpose, we have got to match with our actions, right? But how do you match with your actions? Well, you match with your actions by simply taking those small steps towards your goal and staying away from those small steps that's going to take you away from your goal. So, for instance, I have to get up on here on YouTube like 3 to 4 times a week. And whether this gets me any clientele or not, and it has already, but if it gets me any additional clientele or not, that is okay because I'm still using the gift of my purpose and being able to articulate my voice. And there's different avenues that I can take in order to do that. And God will take care of the rest. But what I really am saying by this is, with me doing this, I can either A, choose to record a video and make sure that I am showing up as I said I'm going to show up, or B, I can say, well, I don't feel like doing it today. And then next thing you know, today turns into I don't feel like doing it tomorrow. And then next thing you know, I don't feel like doing it tomorrow. It can wait another day, turns into a week from now. I'm still saying the same thing. And then next thing you know, it turns into a month from now and I'm doing the same and I'm still haven't made this video, right? And then now I'm becoming further and further away from my goal, and I'm becoming further and further disconnected from things, from my goal. And let me just add this in here too. Life happens, right? There are things that happen in our lives that are going to come and interfere with our plans, because they are God's plans, not because we can't control anything, right? So some of the things are out of our control, and there's nothing we can do as far as our actions. When circumstances happen, that may hold us back, right? But what I'm talking about is when you actually have the space to be able to do those things, yet you choose not to do those things because I just don't feel like it today. And it is literally just as simple as putting one foot in front of the other and taking one step at a time. Same thing goes for if you just want to be able to not just live in your purpose, but if you want to increase and do better in your prayer life or any area of your life, it takes those small steps, right? It takes being able to say, you know what? Although I don't feel like doing this, I am trying to move closer to the bigger goal. And I know each time that I choose to make a decision that's going to push me away from doing this goal, I know that it's going to take me now two times that to get me back on track of going towards my goal. And so, just like those small good habits that we create, allows an avenue for success for us, those small bad habits that we and decisions that we choose to make will create disaster and or move us closer away from our goals. And so that's really honestly what I have found to be super successful and super effective for me. I don't feel like there's like a secret recipe or anything to it. Like I said, it's just about creating those habits and saying no to those bad habits and taking it a step at a time. So you're not going to try to do everything at one time. I if I when I tried to do everything at one time, it did not work out for me. And that's because I'm not able to really fully be able to adjust in an area because I'm too busy. I have my hands in so many different areas. Whereas if I just focus on this one avenue for a period of time and perfect that or get that to a place where it's good enough, now I can move on to the next area. So what you need to do is pick one area right now that you want to work on that's going to work under that umbrella, right? So for me, the umbrella was or is clientele, right? YouTube. This is one of the avenues, right? So this is what I'm focusing on right now, right? Under this area, I'm going to create small positive habits to get me to be able to gain more traction on YouTube. And then when I do that, I am going to stay away from small bad decisions that is going to keep me from doing what I need to do, which is post more on YouTube. So that's really it for me. I really hope that this was helpful for you. If you really would like to learn about this a little bit more, get more in depth with your specific purpose and everything like that, my link will be down below in the description box on my website, mariasingleton.com. And I actually have a purpose and creativity coaching. So you can feel free to reach out to me there. And also you can send me an email as well if you would like to, find out a little bit more about how I can be of service to you and help you. But As always, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye-bye.